welcome to another episode of FTTV. My name is Amy and I'm going to talk to you today about being happy and healthy. I wonder, what communities did you join during lockdown? I joined one. I joined a signing group, which is where I learnt how to sign the alphabet. That's why I said FTTV. Did you join in with the weekly clap for the NHS workers? Every single week we went out and we clapped on our doorsteps to say thank you. Did you do anything to celebrate VE Day? I made some bunting in the colours red, white and blue, and we put it up outside the house and we made afternoon tea and we celebrated the day together, much like the rest of the community. We've all seen lots of people helping each other during these tricky months. We saw them helping each other with their shopping. Did you know there were some people who were special NHS responders to help people with their shopping, get their medication, take them to appointments? They all came together as a community. One really fun thing that I loved seeing was when people were painting rocks. In my community, in my neighbourhood, we had a long rock snake that went all the way down the length of the park. And every single person painted their own colourful rock and added it to the snake. And at the very beginning of it was a snake's head, and it went all the way down. It was amazing. And lots of those rocks were saying thank you to people like key workers. So we all have a part to play in the community. It's a bit like a production, really. If you watched No Zoom at the Inn, our Christmas production, then you'll know what a production is. Now, a production takes lots of people to make it happen. It's not just about the actors on the screen. You've got people who make the props. One of our props last year, a whole year ago, was a telescope. You've got people who paint the scenery. Those are really important people too. They work together with the people who make the props. And you've got the people who make the flyers ready to promote the event and tell their friends all about it. And then, on the night when the production happens, if it's not online, you have the people there to welcome everybody in with a big smile. Every single one of those people is important. Just as important as the actors. So, today's episode is all about being happy and healthy in the community. We've got a story for you today about a man named Zacchaeus. Now, everyone thought he was a bit different and that he didn't belong, but Jesus knew otherwise. You can join in with today's story by doing some actions. You'll learn those in just a moment.
Today, we're going to have the story of Zacchaeus, but I'm going to need your help because it's got lots of actions that go along with it. So for Zacchaeus, you're going to need to do this. You can do that. You can give that a go, can't you? And then for Jesus, we're going to do this. The next one is mean and nasty. You could do a nice evil laugh as you do this action. The next one is for the Romans, so we're going to do a nice salute. Next up, if I say the word money, you're going to rub your fingers and say, money, money, money. If I say big, you're going to do this. If I say tall, you're going to do this. And if I say tree, yeah, you're going to look like a tree. And finally, we're going to finish with the word tea and have a nice cup of tea. That's it. Lots of actions. Are you ready? Denise is going to help us go along with the actions. Well, there was once a man named Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus was very mean and nasty. So nobody liked him. And he worked for the Roman soldiers, and nobody liked them. Zacchaeus collected money from the people to pay the Romans, but Zacchaeus would take more money than he should, and he kept some for himself, which was a bit mean and nasty. Because of this, the people hated Zacchaeus, and he had no friends. Well, one day, Zacchaeus heard that Jesus was coming to town, and he wanted to see Jesus very much. But he had one big problem. You see, Zacchaeus was a very small man. How would he be able to see Jesus? There would be a huge crowd, a big, huge crowd, and so many tall people, and no one would let him through to see Jesus. Suddenly, he had a good idea. I know, I'll climb a tree. Then I'll be able to see Jesus. So Zacchaeus looked around and he could see some trees. He spotted one special tree. He spotted a tall tree. He spotted a big tall tree. And he thought, I know, that is the perfect big tall tree for me to climb. So Zacchaeus climbed the big tall tree, and now he had a brilliant view above everybody's heads. Well, soon Jesus came walking along the street towards the big tall tree. And suddenly Jesus stopped and looked up into the big tall tree. Come down, Zacchaeus. I want to come to your house for tea. Everyone nearby moaned and complained and said, why is Jesus going for tea with Zacchaeus? He's mean and nasty. There's nothing good about him. But Jesus still went to Zacchaeus' house. And while he was talking to Jesus, Zacchaeus realised how mean and nasty he had been. He'd been mean to everyone, and he was really sorry for what he had done. Zacchaeus changed his ways, and he gave half of all his money to the poor and needy. And to those people he had cheated, he gave back 4 times as much money. So Zacchaeus stopped being mean and nasty after he had met Jesus, and he learnt that everyone is different and everyone matters.
Jesus could see and accept that everyone was different and that everyone mattered, including Zacchaeus. Last time we thought about how we all have different bodies and we're all different and unique. And today we're thinking about how we all have a different part to play. As Christians at the Family Trust, we believe that God has given us each a different part to play in that community. Have a think about the communities you're a part of. We've got our schools, our family, the places we live, clubs such as Scouts and Guides. The Scouts and Guides show us great examples of how to use our different skills and talents to give back to the community. So I'd like you to have a think now about the communities you are a part of. What skills and talents do you bring? What about the other people in those communities with you? What skills and talents do they bring? We're going to finish today's assembly with a prayer, and if you agree, at the end you can join in with a big Amen. So, dear God, thank you that we all have skills and talents and that we all have a part to play in our communities. Amen. Last time we earned a badge. Today, what badge do you think we have earned? We have earned a badge to remind us that we each have a part to play in our communities. Thank you so much for watching this episode of FTTV. See you next time.